Hello, my name is Mike Adamovich, and I will be uh, discussing my book report on The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, parts 2 and 3. The Power of Habit, part 2, is Charles Duhigg talks about the habits of successful organizations. Um, he introduces the chapter or the second part by talking about Alcoa's new CEO, Paul O'Neill, who was hired in and focused on safety of the aluminum plant to produce change within the company. He considered change through what he called keystone habits, which can influence many aspects of people's lives, such as how they will, how they will work, eat, play, spend, communicate. Uh, he claimed that keystone habits start a process that, over time, transforms everything, within their lives. It uses the same cue, routine, and reward process that Duhigg talked about in his first part of his book. Um, while when he took over CEO, he noticed that a lot of employees were getting injured on the job. It's a high risk job. They're working with molten metals and big equipment that can, hurt you. So he decided to focus on safety and change the whole company's idea about safety and develop actually a healthy habit, which actually wound up increasing employee productivity and thus increasing the company profits by 200%, which was very good for them. Again, made several $billion company in the upper 20s, I do believe. Uh, Duhigg goes on to talk about other famous people that used uh, keystone habits, um, such as Phelps, the swimmer and Olympic gold medalist, use keystone habits to develop his daily routine, which spilled over into him being successful in his swimming. Um, Duhigg then talks about Starbucks and their success in boosting workers' willpower through the cue, routine, and reward. Um, Target and music companies can change, habits by what I call trickery. They like have a product that they want you to buy or to like, and even in the beginning you may overlook it, but if they sandwich it between or what they call sandwiching between two things that you're already used to and already like, then it gives you a chance to pay attention to it, and then more or less you become attracted to it as well. Such as with music companies, if they want to introduce a new song, they sandwich it in between two songs that you're already used to listening to, and they do that enough times, and they become successful in selling you a new song that you may not have even considered listening to before. Same thing with Target. Uh, they watch what you buy and the types of things that you buy, um, and if they want you to, for instance, so you don't buy milk at Target, but you buy other things like cereal, they may send you a coupon book that may have like cereal and milk right next to it with a coupon, so that you might think, oh, I'll just buy the milk while I'm here, and thus increasing their profits. Um, with moving these ideas to families, families can change their habits using the same ideas, such as, say, maybe your family doesn't spend a lot of time together. They eat different times. and to try to bring the family together, you can change the habit, such as maybe always eating dinner at the same time, and then maybe right after dinner, and then we play family game, family board game, or something. Eventually that'll promote cohesiveness that will spill into other areas of the family's lives, such as they start eating healthier, maybe, and maybe it'll increase scholastic performance for the kids, maybe work performance for the parents, and increase your personal satisfaction. Part three of Charles Duhigg's book talks about the habits of societies. He introduces this part using Rosa Parks. He indicates, hopefully we all know the story of Rosa Parks, where she wouldn't get up out of the seat on the bus, even though she was sitting in an area that she was supposed to be in. The bus driver asked her to get up and move, or get up and stand, so a white person could sit down, and she refused, and he basically called the cops and he arrested her. Well, she wasn't the first black female to be arrested in Montgomery, Alabama for sitting in the wrong spot, or not listening to the white bus driver. But what made her become basically a civil rights legend was she was well known within the community, and so many people liked her. What brought the community together to start the boycott on the buses was an idea called strong ties and weak ties. She had strong ties in the community with several friends that she did. I guess she was part of the church, and she helped her mended dresses for a lawyer friend of hers, white lawyer friend. And anyway, so these people wanted to come to her aid, and the idea of boycotting the buses. Well, their friends, black friends, of course, back in the 50s, didn't want to, be not a part of it. And so the weak ties that really didn't know Rosa that well, wound up coming and supporting her, and, made her the civil rights legend she is today, and basically changing the laws in Montgomery, Alabama, to so everybody could sit on the bus wherever they wish. So therefore, changing social habits, which the social habit was, for the most part, blacks at the time followed the rules, and they, even though they knew it was wrong, and but they followed the rules, and it wasn't until this happened and everybody came together to change the social habit. Um, Now, Charles Duhigg gives another example. He talked about Bachman, and she was a gambler. Actually, she developed the gambling habit through the same cue reward, or the cue routine reward idea. She was maybe bored at home. Her cue was the boredness. The routine would be going to gamble, and the reward would be, either winning money or losing money. And it kind of, desensitized her feelings of boredom, or feeling lonely, or however it was that she said that she felt, that started the whole process. This wound up losing everything for her family. She lost close to $1 million, and I think she wound up being sued by Harris Casino for the money. Also, Duhigg talked about a guy named Thomas that killed his wife while sleepwalking. Now, he had the same cue routine reward process in this, as well. He was acquitted. His cue would have been while he was asleep. He, had like a terror. He thought that somebody was strangling his wife or hurting his wife, and the routine would be the sleepwalking, which he was unaware that he did that, or unaware of what he's doing at the time. And what the reward was is he thought he was killing the bad guy when essentially he killed his wife. He wound up being acquitted because of the medical problem of sleepwalking that he had. Um, well, I guess with this, uh, you can change community habits, and I wanted to tie this together with what I'm doing for my community project, which is addressing childhood obesity. It can use the same type of idea to change the community habit of childhood obesity by using strong ties and weak ties. Um, you can help make the community aware of what's going on, and pretty much, you know, people are aware, that they're overweight, or maybe the child's overweight, but getting them to change the habit, maybe introduce the healthier eating habits, and introduce healthier activities. All If you develop this into a habit, it may spill into other parts of their life, just like how the Alcoa company did with safety. Maybe the child's weight will decrease. It'll increase their own confidence, increase maybe their scholastic activities, and spill over in other aspects of their lives as well. Anyways, that's my summary of my book report. Thank you for listening.